As you are aware, Catherine and Prince William have been dating for a considerable amount of time, which is wonderful for us as it has allowed us to get to know William in a very intimate manner. There are many people who believe that Carol and Michael Middleton are very fortunate to have their oldest daughter on the verge of becoming the future Queen of England. Catherine, on the other hand, asserted that she was the fortunate one by virtue of being their child. How come a great number of individuals are of the opinion that the sudden establishment of strong ties with the royal family, particularly with Prince William, brought about a beneficial transformation in the lives of Carol and Michael Middleton? To tell you the truth, however, that is not the case. Despite the fact that they have not yet experienced happiness, their character, profession, and even their history have been brought into disgraceful controversy. So, should we refer to it as a tragedy or a happy event? Throughout this article, we will examine the challenges that Catherine's parents had to face throughout their lives. The image of Carol and Michael Middleton in tabloid news as a normal middle-class couple stands in stark contrast to the fact that their financial background is drastically different from what is really the case. It is true that they started their careers in a humble way, yet the fact that they eventually became wealthy was substantially impacted by a tragic inheritance passed down from their family. Carol Goldsmith, who later became known as Carol Middleton, and Michael Middleton tied the knot in 1980. As a result of their daughter Catherine's marriage to Prince William in 2011, they became more prominent in the public eye. Catherine is now known as the Duchess of Cambridge. Catherine Middleton had already led a life of great financial comfort before her marriage into the British royal family, primarily made possible by the fact that her parents had been successful in their commercial activities. The Middleton family's financial future is determined by a trust fund created by Catherine's great-great-grandfather, Francis Martin Lupton, many generations ago. Over the course of his life, he earned a sizable wealth that he wanted to distribute to his 5 children. Unfortunately, all 3 of Francis Lupton's sons were killed in action during World War I. As a result, his daughters, Olive and Anne Lupton, were the only ones to survive and become his heirs. The Middleton family's financial future was significantly impacted by their inheritance, which was believed to be worth more than $2 million in today's currency. Overall, the inheritance was a large amount. The fact that Anne Lupton, one of the surviving daughters, never married, ensured that her share of the estate would ultimately be passed down to Olive's grandchildren. Eventually, this legacy made its way to Catherine Middleton's grandfather, who profited from the financial security it provided him. The Middleton children's schooling and subsequent business endeavors, such as Party Pieces, which was established by Carol and Michael Middleton in 1987, were both made possible by this income, helping to lay the framework for the Middleton children's education. The Middletons were able to afford a nice lifestyle because of the popularity of Party Pieces. Additionally, they were able to send their children to top boarding schools, such as Marlborough College, which Catherine attended. The family also lived in a house worth $15 million, demonstrating their financial stability and their capacity to live in a way that contrasted with the humble beginnings often stressed in media narratives. The fact that Prince William's friends made fun of Carol and Michael Middleton after Kate Middleton made public confessions that she was seeing Prince William is a terrible reality that must be acknowledged. A combination of old money lineage and middle-class roots, Carol and Michael Middleton's path into the orbit of the British royal family has been defined by both privilege and social obstacles. This blend has drawn attention and occasionally mockery from Prince William's network of friends and acquaintances. Carol Middleton's family can be traced back to James Harrison, a coal miner from northern England. This stands apart from the conventional tale of aristocratic heritage and great estates often presented in media narratives. The small miner's cottage that James Harrison built is a perfect example of the Middleton family's humble origins. This house stands in stark contrast to the expansive estates that many of Prince William's contemporaries have chosen to call home. When Prince William started dating Catherine Middleton, now the Duchess of Cambridge, this significant disparity in socioeconomic background became a source of tension between the two. It has been stated that Prince William's friends, who were used to the upper echelons of British nobility, treated Catherine unfriendly because of her middle-class background. Katie Nishal, an expert on the royal family, recalled in an episode of the Dynasty podcast of Vanity Fair how William's friends would make sarcastic comments whenever Catherine, who was then known as Kate, made an appearance at the nightclub Bowgie in West London. Within the context of their pejorative remarks, they referenced Carol Middleton's past work as a flight attendant, suggesting that they had a patronizing opinion of her history. Despite the fact that the Middleton family was financially secure and eventually became wealthy as a result of their economic success with party pieces, they were susceptible to social snobbery within elite circles since they did not own any aristocratic titles or ancestral lands. Additionally, the sarcastic comments made by some of Prince William's acquaintances were fueled by the fact that Carol Middleton had previously worked as a flight attendant, a career that is often stigmatized in Britain's class-conscious culture. Despite this, the Middleton family was subjected to severe criticism and snobbery from various sources, including the British press and royal critics, during the time that Prince William and Catherine Middleton were romantically involved. This served to emphasize the deeply ingrained class prejudices that exist throughout British culture. The Middletons were often depicted in a negative way, despite having achieved financial success and security through their firm, Party Pieces, which specialized in developing party decorations. The fact that they came from a middle-class background, as opposed to the aristocratic pedigree generally associated with members of the British royal family, became the primary focus of criticism. This was especially evident in the views of Prince William's wealthy acquaintances and was mirrored in the columns of various publications. The Middletons were not spared by the British press, which is notorious for its close examination of royal affairs and its frequently caustic comments on such topics. There have been articles published in publications such as the Daily Mail that have brought attention to alleged deficiencies in Carol Middleton's behavior and upbringing. According to one report, a courtier was cited as voicing reservations about Carol Middleton's appropriateness. The courtier described her as being pushy, quite twee, and extremely middle class. One of the things that was picked out as proof of her apparent unsuitability for her daughter's future position as Queen of England was the fact that she used ordinary English expressions like "pleased to meet you," "toilet," and "pardon." Carol's apparent ambition in preparing Catherine for a life of royalty was also a target of criticism, with the inference being that Carol herself did not belong in the aristocratic circles of the monarchy. Immediately after the temporary separation of Prince William and Catherine in 2007, the scrutiny became even more intense. James Whittaker, a writer on royal affairs, wrote an essay for the Mirror in which he publicly questioned the fitness of Catherine Middleton. He cited Middleton's background in the middle class as a barrier to her becoming queen. His argument was that Catherine's background, which included her attendance at Marlborough College and the occupations of her parents, did not fit with what he considered to be the appropriate stock for a future queen consort. This was despite the fact that Catherine had a number of admirable traits. This view highlighted the deeply ingrained class biases that existed throughout British culture. In the past, ancestry and upbringing were typically considered key factors in determining whether or not an individual was suitable for a certain royal post. The depiction of Carol Middleton and her family in the Netflix series The Crown adds another dimension to the complicated relationship between media representation and reality. This is especially true with regard to Middleton's public image at the time when Prince William and Catherine Middleton were dating and getting married. Eve Best, an actress, played the part of Carol Middleton in the 6th season of The Crown, which is noted for its dramatic interpretations of historical events and personalities. The Crown is known for depicting historical figures and events through the lens of fiction. The relationship between Prince William and Catherine Middleton was the primary subject of the series, which also included portions of their personal life that were fabricated. The complexities that existed within the Middleton family throughout the course of the show were also highlighted. Carol Middleton's character is presented as ambitious and socially ambitious, with a strong desire to climb the social ladder. In one scene, she tells a younger Catherine about her first encounter with her future husband, Michael Middleton, emphasizing her early sentiments of being out of her league compared to the more established ties of his family. The portrayal of Carol Middleton in this way reveals a narrative of her as a person who is aggressive and status-conscious, motivated by hopes of social elevation via her daughter's connection with Prince William. However, this portrayal in The Crown is far from the truth of Carol Middleton's character and the reasons she acts the way she does. In reality, Carol and Michael Middleton were depicted in a more realistic light in public appearances and interviews. Despite the fact that they were wealthy business people who owned party pieces, they were more concerned with providing financial assistance for their children's education and professions than actively striving to improve their social position through royalty. One of the most common criticisms leveled against The Crown is that it blurs the borders between historical authenticity and artistic interpretation by combining elements of reality and fantasy, particularly for viewers outside the United Kingdom. Charles Spencer, the brother of Princess Diana, expressed concerns about the possibility of viewers mistaking the storyline of the series for historical reality. Despite the fact that The Crown is entertaining, he highlighted that it should not be confused for a trustworthy historical source, cautioning against accepting its depictions at face value. Additionally, Carol Middleton, the matriarch of the Middleton family and the mother of 3 children, has been subjected to a number of serious hurdles and invasions of her privacy. This is especially true due to the unrelenting scrutiny of the tabloid media and a prominent hacking incident that involved her and her family following their daughter Catherine's romance with Prince William and subsequent marriage. The Middletons were regular subjects of fascination in tabloids, especially because their daughter Catherine was thrust into the public glare. When it came to Carol Middleton in particular, she was the target of intrusive tactics such as paparazzi stalking, tabloid ridicule, and the serious invasion of privacy that occurred through phone hacking. In 2014, the Daily Mail published an article stating that Carol Middleton's phone had been hacked by the British newspaper News of the World, which has since been discontinued. The criminal conduct in question was part of a larger operation designed to collect personal information about the lives of British royals and the people associated with them. The hacking incident, which shook the landscape of British media, revealed that Carol Middleton was one of many victims of this invasive tactic. Numerous reports from the BBC indicate that Princess Catherine's phone was hacked 155 times, while Prince William's phone was breached 35 times. These discoveries revealed the degree to which journalists working for tabloids had violated the privacy of members of the royal family and others who were associated with them. The controversy involving the hacking of individuals' phones has significant implications. Despite the fact that it is still unknown whether any of the material stolen from Carol Middleton's phone had a direct effect on the stories published in News of the World, the breach revealed sensitive personal facts and conversations. One notorious result of the hacking was the publishing of Prince William's endearing nickname for Catherine, Babykins, which had been supposed to remain secret. Not only did the invasion of privacy via phone hacking break legal and ethical boundaries, but it also had a profound impact on the Middletons on a human level. Despite the fact that it was illegal, the episode most certainly caused severe emotional anguish, and it may have had long-lasting ramifications for their feeling of security and trust in media, organizations. Additionally, the revelation of private correspondence was a major consequence of the occurrence. On the other hand, Carol and Michael Middleton were unable to attend almost all of their family's Christmas celebrations, which was a significant source of sadness. The enthusiasm they had for Christmas had been a long-standing tradition in their family, rooted in both personal delight and their previous commercial endeavors. The Middletons, who had previously been the proprietors of Party Pieces, a prosperous party supply business, took great pleasure in the spirit of celebration, especially when it came to decorating their house for the holidays. The fact that they had a significant passion for Christmas was a conspicuous part of their family life. They commemorated this enthusiasm by purchasing several Christmas trees and lavish decorations. In 2021, Carol Middleton expressed their preparations for the holiday season by posting on Party Pieces' Instagram account the Christmas traditions her family observed. It was revealed that they planned to have two Christmas trees, one of which would be designated for the children to decorate, and the other would be decorated by herself. As Carol reflected on the passage of time and the wear and tear on their treasured treetop angel, she mentioned that she was looking forward to purchasing a new ornament so they could continue. Despite the challenges and expectations that come with royal life, the royal couple has demonstrated their commitment to providing their family with enjoyable experiences, offering the world a glimpse into their Christmas preparations. The Middletons have faced certain restrictions during their holiday celebrations, particularly regarding their grandchildren Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Although they have a deep appreciation for Christmas traditions, the young royals have traditionally been required to spend the holiday at Sandringham Estate with their great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. As a result of this tradition, Carol and Michael Middleton have not been included in the private family gatherings at Sandringham House. However, they have occasionally joined the royal family for the Christmas morning service at St. Mary Magdalene Church on the estate. Their involvement has been limited to this public part of the royal celebrations. The rules and traditions surrounding royal family gatherings have come to light during intimate family events, where the focus is on the direct lineage and senior members of the monarchy. Princess Catherine, often known as the Princess of Wales, has attracted significant public attention due to her poise and dedication to her royal duties. Her younger sister, Pippa Middleton, also garnered widespread interest, especially when she served as maid of honor at Catherine's wedding to Prince William in 2011. Pippa's chic appearance and charming personality earned her a place in the social spotlight, and she was even named the most attractive single woman in Britain by Tatler. In contrast, James Middleton, the youngest of the Middleton siblings, has largely stayed out of the public eye, dealing with his personal struggles away from the limelight. In 2019, James publicly shared his battle with depression in an honest post for the Daily Mail, describing his mental health struggles as a cancer of the mind. Despite his privileged background, he was not immune to the challenges of mental illness. For Carol and Michael Middleton, witnessing their son's struggle with depression must have been incredibly difficult. James, at the peak of his challenges, was unable to engage with even those closest to him. He admitted that he dismissed the love and support from his parents as he sank deeper into depression, refusing to seek help or respond to their concerned messages. His journey through depression was marked by feelings of alienation and hopelessness. Eventually, he realized he needed professional help, which became a turning point in his battle. James described this realization as a little ray of hope that motivated him to seek therapy. This was an essential step in his recovery, and although it was a tough period for the Middleton family, it was necessary for his healing. In addition to these personal challenges, the Middleton family faced significant financial struggles. Party Pieces, a company specializing in party supplies that Carol and Michael founded in 1987, had been highly successful for many years. Initially a mail-order business for children's party items, the company grew into a well-known brand. However, by 2019, the company began facing difficulties, and Carroll decided to step back from its day-to-day operations, handing over management to others in the hope of securing its future success. Unfortunately, the new leadership failed to guide the company in the right direction. The onset of the COVID-19 pandemic compounded the financial difficulties, and party pieces accrued substantial debt. The Royal Bank of Scotland provided a COVID-19 loan to help the company survive, but this loan, amounting to $219,000, attracted public controversy and put the Middleton family under scrutiny. The use of taxpayer money in this way was seen as controversial, especially given the Middletons' close connection to the royal family through Princess Catherine. Despite the negative attention, Catherine's main concern was her mother's well-being, with sources close to the matter reporting that her worries about Carroll's financial situation had increased. During this challenging time, Carroll Middleton took decisive action to address the company's troubles, demonstrating her determination to make things right. She worked tirelessly to salvage the business, but despite her efforts, party pieces officially closed in the summer of 2023. The company, once a symbol of the Middleton family's financial stability, ultimately fell due to overwhelming debt, which had reached $26 million. For Carroll, the closure was not only a financial blow, but an emotional one as well. The company had been her passion for decades, and its failure marked the end of an era for the family. Carroll herself acknowledged that while she largely blamed the external management, she also accepted responsibility for stepping back and trusting others with the business. After party pieces closed, Carroll and Michael Middleton were forced to sell the company. After a thorough search for a buyer who would respect its heritage, they entered into an agreement with Teddy Tastick, a company owned by businessman James Sinclair. While this decision marked the end of the Middleton family's direct involvement with the business, it ensured that the company would continue under new leadership. It also allowed the 12 employees to keep their jobs, which offered some comfort amid the difficult circumstances. Tragically, in 2023, Carroll and Michael Middleton received even more devastating news. Their eldest daughter, Princess Catherine, was diagnosed with metastatic cancer. This shocking development added another layer of grief during an already challenging period for the Middleton family. Royal expert Jenny Bond noted how distressing the news must have been for Carroll, especially considering Catherine's age 42, but to Carroll, Catherine would always be her little daughter. In the wake of the diagnosis, Carroll played a pivotal role in supporting her daughter both emotionally and practically, even helping with the care of Catherine's children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Carroll's presence was a source of comfort for Catherine, and she and Prince William were seen spending time together, reflecting the close-knit nature of the Middleton family. Despite the intense pressures of royal life, Carroll has been a constant source of support for her daughter. An insider at the palace revealed that Carroll and Michael's involvement in raising their grandchildren would continue to be a source of comfort for Catherine as she healed. Carroll's unwavering support for her daughter during such a difficult time demonstrates the deep bond between them, despite the challenges Catherine faces as a senior member of the royal family. Carroll's dedication to her family, particularly in providing care and assistance during Catherine's illness, strengthens their relationship, offering a reassuring presence through an undeniably tough period. Do you have any thoughts or opinions on the unfortunate events the Middleton family had to endure? Please share your thoughts with us in the space provided below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.